Hi guys, I'm Christian from Procedural, and today I'm going to show you how to run a CFD case on our compute platform. We have a small case of 5 buildings that we're going to run 4 angles on as a preparation for a urban wind comfort study. I'm very excited to show you this, so let's just get to it. So I'm just going to show you our demo case. We have these 5 buildings here to the left, and to right we have our Grasshopper canvas. Everything in Compute is organized into projects and tasks, and here I'm creating a task called Grasshopper Demo. And if we go to a browser, we can see that it's located inside the Grasshopper project, and here it is, the Grasshopper Demo. It's at the moment just empty. We will populate it in a second. Now you can see in the bottom we have the meshing configuration, and here we have the solver setup, where you can see we have 4 CPUs, we are using 4 angles, and we are using simple form as our solver. This is our run component, which is the component that uploads the geometry and starts the case. And you can see that it creates a bunch of tasks on the server. Down here we have our probe component, which makes a probe task, so we can get the results back. I'm just going to make the folder where we're going to download our results in. It's going to be in Procedural, and then Compute VWT demo. This is where we are going. The download component is going to download the results from the browser, and it's hooked up to the probe component, so it downloads the results when that is done. And now we can go to the browser, but actually before that, I'll just show you that the probe component takes a list of points, and we get those points from a mesh that we create in the case, and it's just a square grid we have. So we have a nice way of visualizing the results when they're done. In the browser, you can see that already some of the tasks are done. The action task is done, and the mesh task is started. I'm just going to skip a bit because it will take some time for the mesh to start. The mesh is now running, and we can see here in the logs that they are streaming back out to us, so we can monitor the progress of the task. And now the mesh finished. We also up here have a files tab where we can go in and see the files we have on the server, exactly as if you run it locally. Now you can see that the prepare wind tunnel started. So we have this concept in Compute that tasks can be dependent on other tasks. So the prepare wind tunnel is dependent on the mesh and will only start when the mesh is done. And likewise, the run wind tunnel tasks are dependent on the prepare wind tunnel, so they will start now when the prepare wind tunnel is done. When you have a task that runs a foam solver, we are plotting the logs and residuals for you, so you can actually get a graphical overview of how your simulation is going. And you can see that the logs are streaming back out, and we're just going to wait until the residuals are showing. Sometimes, especially with the small cases, we might be a little slow to send the logs back, so sometimes you only see the residuals after kind of the case is done, exactly as happens here. But that's only because the cases run so fast. It's only half a minute. Yeah, now I just skipped to the end of the simulation. Almost all of the simulation task is simulated. We're just waiting for the post-process task to finish, where we probe our results. And you can see here in the logs that it's working. and actually now you can see in the left pane that we're done. So here in the Files tab, we can go to the VWT folder and the Post-Processing folder, and this is where you can find the files that we're interested in, the results files. So we're just going to wait for the download component to download those files, and they're stored in the folder I created before. And we have this needle probe results component that actually reads those text files you saw in the browser and turns them into data we can use in Grasshopper. So each angle becomes a branch, so you can switch between the different branches. And we both let you visualize the numbers, but also the vectors. That we turn the text file into Grasshopper points, so you can show them as you want. And yeah, that was all I wanted to show. Thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.